Hi, guys. Welcome. It's Fluid Friday. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hold on, I'm just getting one thing pulled up here. But yes, happy Fluid Friday. What's in your cup? What's in your cup? Let us know in the chat. What is in your cup? What are you drinking? I'm not supposed to say brands and stuff, right? It's like a YouTube thing, I guess. But I've got a kombucha. It's not a hard kombucha. It's like a, it's not alcoholic. Anyway, it's fermented alcohol. No, it's fermented, but it's not alcoholic because kombucha is fermented, right? Anyway, kombucha. What's in your cup, guys? Let us know. It's Fluid Friday. Make sure you're staying hydrated. And it's also Friday Feuds. We've got a fun one today, a Friday Feuds poll. It's I think it's pretty funny. So I'm getting on there right now. If you see in the top of the description, you'll see the link to the Friday Feuds poll. So go there, click the link to participate. Hold on one second. Okay. Oh no. I don't know my password for this thing. Okay, hold on. How did I get in before? I just got in. Maybe this way. Oh, yeah, that worked. That's how I did it. Okay. So Friday Feuds poll. So first of all, we'll get the rules out of the way. So you must be 18 or older to receive a reading. We do not do medical or legal. You must you can't enter anybody else's name in the, and no personal information other than your own. So if you're putting somebody's name, we won't put the question up. So you got to put like person of interest, person on my mind, my partner, person I'm thinking about, or you can put initials, but do not put any personal information other than your own. I won't be able to post it up. Okay. No medical, no legal. And please subscribe on YouTube for both Debbie and I. Normally Debbie's here, but she's still feeling a little down. Hi everybody. Yes, I see Marianne asking how's Debbie. She was planning to be here today, but we'll see. I do think she dropped in though. Yeah, see right here. During this broadcast, you can support my page by sending stars, a digital gift that helps me earn money. So Debbie is here with us in the comments, but she is still feeling a little down. So send her healing wishes, everybody. Healing energy, prayers, wishes, thoughts, all those things, okay? But subscribe to us on YouTube that's youtube.com/@psychicfixes and youtube.com/@Matty Tarot. Please thumbs up the video. Very important. It tells the algorithm you liked it. Even if you watch the whole thing and you don't thumbs it up, the algorithm says, well, you must have not liked it that much, and it doesn't promote it to other people. So please thumbs up the video. Very important. If you want to see us grow, thumbs up the show. And I know I'm missing one thing. Oh, these are free readings at the end of the day, but donations are encouraged and welcomed. You'll see the pay link scrolling below. If you feel like, we really resonated or helped in some way, feel free to send a donation. But at the end of the day, it's a free reading. It doesn't affect the quality of reading you get. You don't get put on a special list or prioritized above anybody else just because you made a donation. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is totally random selection. So yeah, just enter in the chat and we'll start picking some in a moment. But we're going to go to the Friday Feuds poll. The poll question. Hold on. Where's my... Here we go. I'm going to put the link in the comments, but if you go to the description in Facebook, YouTube, it's right at the top. It says Friday Feuds poll. And it says link to participate in the Friday Feuds poll. So click on that. It'll take you to SurveyMonkey. Yes, that is yes, that is where it's supposed to go. It's not like you're not being taken to some nefarious site or pop-up, okay? But here, let's put it on. I wonder if I can get it on the screen, actually. Hold on. That'd be kind of cool, right? Okay, I think I can. Okay, you guys can see that, right? I think so. Okay, so Friday Feuds poll. Again, please go and participate because that's what makes it fun at the end if we actually have people participating. So if you're here watching this, click the link in the description at the very top and participate in this poll, okay? Baggage, everybody's got some. It says, you meet someone and the two of you immediately hit it off, going on to build an undeniable connection that feels both comforting and exhilarating. You believe there is the potential to really go the distance with this person, so you know you must accept them as they are. Baggage and all. Which piece of cringeworthy baggage would you be willing to overlook if it meant happily ever after with the one? All right, so the first one is they sleep with a life-size cutout of Britney Spears and you must make room for her. In bed, room in bed for her. It's kind of creepy. The second one, they cannot part ways with their beloved childhood pet iguana kept in a Ziploc bag in the freezer, or their taxidermied family cat lying permanently curled into a ball at the foot of the bed. Oh my. The third one, they use baby wipes instead of bathing because there's a climate crisis and we must all make sacrifices to save the planet. Besides, baby wipes are hypoallergenic. So what's the problem? Right? No. And they've been secretly sucking on your toes in your sleep and haven't told you until now because they thought you would think they are weird. Okay. I think it's a little weird that they do it so they don't think it's weirder while you're sleeping to do it, you know? That's not really thinking through that one. Uh, either way, or it says no thanks, I'd self-delete before accepting any of these. So this is just all in fun. So Friday Feuds poll, participate in the poll, click on the link, and which cringe-worthy piece of baggage would you be willing to overlook in a person if it meant happily ever after with them? Life-size cut out of Britney, um, pet iguana frozen in the freezer, and taxidermy cat, baby wipes instead of showering, or sucking on your toes in secret. Secret toe sucking. That one sounds scary. Okay. They all sound a little scary, but anyway. Go ahead and participate. At the end of the show, we'll see which one people are most willing to ignore or overlook. Okay. All right. Let's see. What is in your cup, guys? What is in your cup? Oh, hello to my lovely sister. Say hi. Say hi to my sister, you guys. This is my sister. Where I am. Here we go. Oh, hold on. Hi, Moo. Thank you for joining. Hi, Kimmy Pollock. Hi, Tammy. Tammy says she's got ginger ale. Okay, I love some ginger ale. Ginger ale's great. Drinking grapefruit spindrift sparkling water. Okay, Raquel. Mary Ann's got apple juice. Okay. Debbie says sorry she couldn't make it. All right, you guys, please participate in the chat. Let us know what's in your cup. Go do the Friday Feuds poll and enter a question in the chat so we can get some free readings. I don't see much activity in the chat. Where is everybody? Misty says, got me some Mountain Dew. Okay. Alrighty. They're always making these new Mountain Dews. I swear. My husband just brought home like this can. It was the Baja Blast in a can, and so you know how like at Taco Bell they have like the Baja Blast Mountain Dew. It's like special to them, but I didn't know they made it in cans, so that's so interesting. But and then I recently saw this like purple Mountain Dew. I was just like, they're just getting crazy with it, but that's okay. Actually, I have a funny story about Mountain Dew. So at one of my old jobs, this coworker I had, he was just hilarious and just very very witty and like witty banter and like was very on top of like he was very how do you say, he was like cheeky and witty but in like a really good way that like it wasn't like annoying or rude, but he was just really funny. Anyway, he had this plant and we worked in an office setting and I just remember I saw him pouring Mountain Dew into the plant one day, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I've been watering this plant with Mountain Dew, with nothing but Mountain Dew for the past 3 years." And then he goes, "And look at her, she's thriving, she's doing great." And I was just, it just made me laugh so hard. I was just like, "Okay, this like radioactive Mountain Dew plant you have, right?" But it's just that's every time I hear Mountain Dew or think of Mountain Dew now, I just literally think of that radioactive Mountain Dew plant. So. Yeah. I don't know how long that plant lived or if it went on to, but he claims he never watered it with, he never gave it water, just Mountain Dew. And it was definitely thriving when I saw it. So I don't advise you water your plants with Mountain Dew though. Okay, let's see. Thank you for joining us. Guys, please share the show. Please share the show. And happy Friday. Oh, Natasha Do. Okay. Natasha says, LOL, my last name is Do. All right, well, time to pack up and go live in the mountain. No, I'm kidding. No, let's see. Okay. Well, Natasha, welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before, but welcome. And please let us know what's in your cup. It's Fluid Friday, so stay hydrated. Or you can take a little load off and have a little drink, but let us know what's in your cup either way. Please participate in our Friday Foods poll. We have a very funny question just for fun today, but it's in the top of the description. You'll see the link. It goes to SurveyMonkey. All right. I'm going to start with Tammy. Would love a reading. Lots going on. All right, Tammy. Let's see. What am I being drawn to? I'm being drawn to the charms for you. If Debbie were here, she would go, "Oh, goody. I love the charms. Those are my favorite." I miss you, Debbie. And then I've got my Prism Oracle here. Natasha says, drinking chamomile tea. Love it. A nice cup of tea. Kim Lunzer says, that's crazy about the Mountain Dew for the plant, right? I would have thought it would die. Vladimir Josue, I'm doing great. Thank you. I hope you are as well. How are you? Kim says, Fun Wave Hazy IPA is in her cup. Okay. Kim, you're always drinking these different IPAs. I love it. All right, Tammy. Let's see what comes out for you, Tammy. Okay, so right from jump, cleanse. This tells me you're shedding a lot right now. You're letting go of a lot. You're processing, you're cleansing. You're in a moment of, you're in like that transitional period between, it's like a lull. I call it a lull. So it's a transitional period and you're cleansing, you're processing, you're doing introspection, you're trying to make sense of circumstances in your life that may have, or just in general, take this sense of accountability, responsibility for where you stand, your emotions, the things that how you can move forward from certain situations, whatever it may be. But this is a period of cleansing. Okay, it's very important to keep in mind in times like this that it's very, very easy and typical and common and normal to feel like you're going backwards or like nothing's changing or like one day you're like, oh, this is bearable, I can do this, and then just the very next day you're just like, I've made absolutely zero progress and this is I'm more like this is nothing's happening. That's totally normal. Okay, so don't let, because the brain is such a I heard something the other day and I just really love the way it was put. The brain at its core is a predictive organ. It is making predictions based on, so it's taking in all the sensory information and it is just a big guessing it's just this big guessing organ that takes into consideration these sensory perceptions, and then it takes into consideration our personal experience with these things in life, and it writes a best guess story about and makes predictions about what's going to happen. And we, at any given moment, are making many predictions and trying to best guess the next moment, or how to respond in a situation, or to react, or how to read something, and to make sense of the world around us, right? So you have to understand, okay, if that's what's happening, then really unpleasant situations in our life, unpleasant moments, or unpleasant people, behaviors that other people exhibited, or even like if someone took advantage of you or abused you in some way, these things will have an impact on those predictions that we're making, on the way we are viewing things. So it's really normal if you've gone through something painful, or you're just trying to cleanse, or you're trying to just like rope or battle, this like self-doubt, self-confidence, maybe forgiveness for oneself. These things, it's really easy to fall into this trap of like making the prediction that like it's always going to be this way, or I'm not able to see past this, because that's the brunt of your experience, right? Or like the main part, the majority of the experience. So understand that and have some grace and compassion for yourself in moments like that. The brain, it really, really works hard to keep us safe. So if you think about it, at one point in life, maybe we, let's just say, I don't even know, we're like walking around, and there's like I don't even know if man lived at time of saber-toothed tigers. Anyway, there's like large animals that are just trying to live as well. And we're like in these caves, right? Or whatever. And so we're like, okay, we're going to go out of the cave. We go out of the cave, and our brother gets eaten by this like animal, and that's traumatizing. And so we go back in the cave, and we never want to go out of the cave again. And we think if we go out of the cave from now on, that's what's going to happen. And our brain holds on to that. And we're always going to remember that, because if we ever choose to go out of a cave again, we're going to be careful, because we need to survive, right? So the brain holds on to these experiences very, very tightly in an attempt to try and protect us. It unfortunately has, in today's world, especially, has a different effect of keeping us distant and in a state of fear of like social interaction, or building relationships, because we perceive emotional threats and physical threats as the same thing. We are having a threat response, right? So that's why you can tend to like, that's why we tend to like latch onto the negative thing that happened. If one bad thing happened, and like we had a great day, but then this one bad thing happened, and we just are, the day's ruined now because of that. When really it's like, okay, but like, look at this. There's like 100 great things that happened, and then this one negative thing, and you're choosing to focus on that. Well, not necessarily always consciously choosing that. That's kind of naturally the way the brain goes, because of this survival mechanism that we have hardwired into us. So, but when you can be mindful of that, you can shift that perspective. You can be aware, oh, you know what? Look, I am focusing on this thing right now. And that's really, thank you, brain, for trying to help me, give it the gratitude and appreciation. Oh, thank you. It's so nice of you. But like, it's not helping actually. Let's focus on all the great things. And then you can be mindful of this, and you can slowly reframe that. But either way, sweetness here came out. It's exactly what I'm saying, though, having grace and compassion for oneself in this time. Let's see. Consciousness, bringing your conscious mind into the picture, because a lot of the times that voice that's going on that loop and giving us these negative stories, or telling us that things aren't going to be okay, or that this is the problem, this could be a problem, this might be a problem, this might be a problem, this was a problem, what if this happens again, yada, 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 yada. That's not our conscious mind. That's our that's our ego, that's our inner critic, that's this almost involuntary, repetitive, broken record just intrusive thoughts that are really deeply, they've been ingrained into us and beaten in essentially with repetition of this combination of, you know, the emotion and then the belief and the emotion and the environment and the repetition of that created this deep-seated belief. And so bringing your conscious mind to the forefront over this voice, you can interrupt that voice, bring the conscious mind to the forefront, choose sweetness, choose grace, choose to cleanse, choose to reframe. All of these things are extremely helpful, especially in continued practice. Okay. Balance. Yeah. Growth. So Tammy, essentially overall, I'm going to pull some charms for you and a couple tarot cards, but I'm not being drawn to tarot much for your reading. Essentially overall for you, Tammy, you're going through a period right now where you're in a state of growth. Growing is not always, it's not comfortable. Eight of Wands, Ace of Cups. Yeah, look at this. So Eight of Wands talks about change. Change. A lot of movement, a lot of change. There's rapidly, things are moving, things are changing. It sometimes might feel like you can't keep up. But this is because you're needing to let go of all the things. You're supposed to be letting go of certain things. You're carrying stuff around that you don't need to be carrying. You would be able to keep up if you didn't have. It's so funny that the survey is about baggage, right? If you didn't have, I'm just going to call it this emotional baggage that you haven't fully cleansed and let go of. You're carrying around things that don't belong to you that you don't need to carry around. It's like somebody came up and was like, hey, look, like I'm going to do this crappy thing to you. Like imagine this crappy thing they're going to do to you, like a backpack full of rocks. And they're just like, hey, yeah, I'm just going to do this crappy thing to you. And then I'm going to walk away and like, no, never see you again. And like, here, and just throw the backpack on you and like carry that around for me. And you're still carrying it. That's crazy. Put it down. You know, like that's not yours to carry. And you don't need you don't need to, you're not a product of what how other people have treated you or the circumstances that have happened and any mistakes you may have made, if any. You know, you're not a product of those things. That's not who you are. So you bring right now you're talking to yourself in your mind like that's who you are, and your conscious mind, you're not being conscious of this. You need to bring the consciousness to the forefront. There's an emotional awakening that you're going through. Ace of Cups is an emotional awakening, a newfound clarity. It's also a resurgence in love, and especially like intimate love, and this could be an intimate self-love even. But there is a balance that is being sought at this time. I do believe you're on the right path. You just need to continue forward and weather the storm. Essentially, that's the message I'm getting. Weather the storm. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So essentially, look, you got two lucky charms. You got the clover and you got the horseshoe. So luck, oh, can you see this? Luck is definitely on your side right now. It's a matter of if you see the opportunities, because in these, it's telling you to get out of this bubble. So the world, the globe here, you're being asked to go outside of the norm, outside of the box. Don't, you know, you may be in a routine right now, but you're the thing you're looking for, or the answer you're looking for, or the thing that's going to help propel you is not in the spaces that you've that you've been frequenting, that you've made your routine. It's not there. You need to be a little more lightweight, lighthearted, the feather here, carefree, a little more lighthearted, carefree, and go outside of those spaces, because that is where your happiness, I mean, happiness is bred from within us, right? But that is where you will find the catalyst for that happiness, for this emotional awakening, for you to kind of bring it all full circle and reel it all in, right? So, yeah, I wish you the best on this journey, and weather the storm and get out of this routine you're in, because the routine is a how do you say? It's like a negative reinforcement, an echo chamber, they call it sometimes. It's like this is just going to continue to reinforce the same pattern and the same routine if you just stay there. So you need to get out of that space so you can take in new what's it called? I'm spacing right now. I'm so sorry. Take in new information or new factors, new elements, and that will cause a shift in to happen and change to happen. Okay. All right. I hope it helped. That's all I have for you this evening. All righty. All right. Thank you for joining. It's Fluid Friday. Fluid Friday. What's in your cup? And we're doing free readings. So just put in the chat your question. It's random selection. You might get randomly selected. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Let's see. Where is it? Raquel, personal money forecast reading, please. Okay. Personal money forecast reading. All right, you guys, if you haven't participated in the Friday Feuds poll, please click the link at the very top of the description and head over to SurveyMonkey to participate in the poll. It's a little funny one today. Also, let us know what's in your cup. And we're doing a personal money forecast reading for Raquel. Let's see. 6 of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. Okay. At the bottom, 5 of Cups. All right, Raquel, there's... Raquel, you feel like you've often been so encompassed or engrossed in love, relationships, finding love, trying to trying to chase after a specific type of love, or trying to win someone's approval or validation, whatever. You've just been so engrossed in relationships that you've kind of neglected your own like needs, like your career path, your basic like stability and stuff. Maybe certain aspects of schooling. I don't know what it's exactly saying, but there's something here about you've always been like relationship focused. And so right now you're having trouble, like, the importance of like, taking care of what you need to take care of, like your business, getting things in order, the importance of all that, but you're still like, you're telling yourself like, I gotta do this, I gotta like get on top of this, but you're still having trouble with this like there's something here about one that need for a relationship, or need for the focus in the other direction, is still very strong. And so what you need to realize is that so there's like a I'm having trouble conveying the message I'm getting. Like, I fully understand it within myself, but I can't find the words, so bear with me. There's something here about like, so 6 of Pentacles talks about giving, and it's selfless giving, and it kind of relates to what I say a lot about it's like in any situation in a relationship, when you find one person super empathetic and the other person's maybe super what's the word, the other person's more of like maybe an avoidant type person, or even somewhat narcissistic, or they might be a bit controlling or aggressive in any way, but like when one person is more closed off and reserved, I guess, and more judgmental and less emotionally, aware, self-aware, and then the other person's just so giving and wants that validation, that's like a really, really toxic dynamic that happens there. And you know you're giving, you may have been in a situation where you've been giving and giving and giving to people, but you're doing it not because you're this nice you are a nice person, but you're not. If you really look at it, it's like you're like, well, I'm just kind, I'm just nice, I'm just, I want people to be, that's what you're telling yourself, but you're doing it because you want that approval, that validation. You want them to choose you, you want them to see you as valuable, you want them to appreciate you, you're trying to win them over in a way. And so that's not selfless giving. That's very, very much giving from a space of lack. From a space of lack, you're saying, well, I'm going to do this to try to win this person's approval, win validation. I've been there, I've done it. I've had my struggle with that. So no shame here, no feeling so like, oh gosh, I'm so stupid for that, or whatever, however you may feel. I mean, I like a lot of people go through this. Okay. So I totally understand. And it is something you can change. And so you need to understand that selfless giving is when you have no expectation of something in return. You're doing it from a place of actual, there's no ulterior motive. As kind as we want to paint it in our mind, there have been ulterior motives behind these selfless acts. What you've called selfless acts or of kindness, really, we're in an attempt to gain this approval or validation at times. And so you're being asked to really focus, really view that and see in what ways that, because in a way, we have to be really, if we're being really honest with ourselves, that's manipulation. We are maybe acting in ways that aren't totally true to how we feel, because we may be like struggling to give this thing, right? We're like, oh, I spent all my money on this, and and they like, but we'll never tell the other person that. you know but like you went through like a struggle to get that thing done, and then they end up not appreciating it in the way you wanted them to or you expected them to, and then that builds resentment in you, and now you're angry, and you're like, wow, um you're so selfish, or you're just like ungrateful, you know or I can't believe, you find yourself getting mad in these spaces where, in a way, and I've gone through this, so I know, we kind of brought it upon ourselves, building that expectation, giving with the building, you know what I mean? So that's manipulation. We don't, but if you're the type of person that does this, you don't see it as manipulation. It's not like manipulation where you're like manipulating someone to change them and like control them and be like malicious. It's not like, malintent, but it is still manipulation, because you have an ulterior motive, and you're trying to coerce, and you're trying to get something from the person by not acting in a way that is truly and genuinely authentic. Because if you were truly and genuinely authentic, you would say, you know what, actually, I can't do that. It's going to be a struggle for me. And, I would really like to. And you would allow, and even if it's going to let that person down, and you would allow the space for their emotions to be let down, and you would have the confidence and enough self-value to know that you're allowed to say no. And if somebody is not understanding of that, like within reason, then that's not on you, and other people's emotions at the end of the day are not your problem. It's not your responsibility. We should be aware of the impact that our behavior can have on people's emotions, but at the end of the day, you're not responsible for how, as long as you're not out there deliberately like poking and prodding at people and being malicious on purpose and deliberately like messing with people, you're not responsible for other people's emotions and how they feel. Okay. So yeah, and that's sometimes hard for um, some people to really grasp and understand, because we feel this like overwhelming sense of guilt or overwhelming need to like do something about it. We feel emotionally responsible. So anyway, you're being asked to address these things because that balance you want, that harmony, Two of Pentacles, that harmony in the choppy water, that finding the common ground and the 2 feet to stand on relies on this. And so does your financial responsibility or financial stability. Nine of Pentacles here is this is independence. This is financial independence. This is essentially being able to stand on your own and say, you no longer are operating from a space of lack. I don't need that. I realize that I had that within me all along. And that's where it comes full circle here is because once you are giving self, because that when you can realize this and stand in that space, that's when you start to truly give selflessly in romantic relationships. And guess what? It comes back tenfold for you. Because look, I've got the Five of Cups, Seven of Swords, and Six of Swords. This is loss and being, feelings of abandonment. This is betrayal. And the Six of Swords is transition, change, and moving away from something. So this old story of loss, betrayal, of getting just totally effed over, this is where the transition takes place. And it has to, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I can't find the words today, you guys. I'm sorry. You got to bear with me. But the mechanism that the mechanics of this to get there, I hope that makes sense, are you realizing this innate quality within self and taking your power back and standing in your truth and stop seeking your sense of self-worth from an outside source. You're never going to find it there, ever. If anything, the more you go looking for it there, the more you're going to be shown that it doesn't exist at all, because you seem to just be overlooking the fact that it's within you. So that might sound harsh, and I'm sorry, but that when you operate from a place of lack and you're going and seeking it in an outside source, our brain is going to then our situations are going to reflect back to us the truth, our subconscious mind and reality. So if we are going from a place of lack and we're trying to find it outside, well, we're just going to be shown exactly what we think about ourselves, which is that we don't have that value. We're not worth that. We're not enough. If you think that, that's what's going to be reflected. You're going to get into situations where that's what is shown. Look at this. The Mummy. Wrap it up. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Done. Stop it. And then look at this dragon. Burn the bridge. If you're in contact with anybody from the past in situations like this that used to, you still maybe have contact with that one ex or that one person, or you maybe still want to be friends with them. No, burn the bridge. Burn the bridge. Burn the bridge. Like, it's okay. You don't need to do it in like a toxic way or like some confrontational way, but burn the bridge. Look at this. This nostalgia, the rocking horse. Rocking horse? Yeah. Burn the rocking horse. No, I'm kidding. The bike symbolizes movement, and it specifically talks about movement away from something. So this nostalgia, you're zipping away. It's time to wrap it up, burn the bridge. You got the dragon and the mummy, because that's an old way and so think of it like this. You were given a blueprint, and God bless your parents. They did the best they could, and they did nothing wrong. But their blueprint they gave you, unfortunately, is flawed. And it has led you to this way of thinking where you think, oh, I'm nostalgic of these situations and these things in my past that literally just support my own demise. So you need to burn that bridge, because that's not the blueprint. That's not the blueprint. You got to get rid of that. Burn the blueprint with the rocking horse and the bridge. Wrap it up. It's done. You got to move away from that. It's time for a big transition, okay? This is coming for you. I know this didn't really have to do with money, but the part that had to do with money, this is financial stability. It happens when you can kind of shift this mindset and really start doing things for you, Raquel, not for other people. Okay? That's all I have for you this evening. All right, you guys. I really appreciate everyone here. It's Fluid Friday. What's in your cup? Let's see. Hi, Carlos. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Angela. I see, Kim, you said you participated in the survey. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys go do the survey. I'm, honestly, what would my answer be? Let's see. I didn't really think of what an answer would be. I guess I would take the life-size cutout of Brittany because, like, the other ones are too weird for me. I said that one's a little weird too. Let's see. Hold on. Where'd it go? Okay. So the survey, you guys, one more time. If you haven't done it yet, go in the top of the description. You meet someone and the two of you immediately hit it off, going on to build an undeniable connection that feels both comforting and exhilarating. You believe there is the potential to really go the distance with this person, so you know you must accept them as they are. Baggage and all. Which piece of cringeworthy baggage would you be willing to overlook if it meant happily ever after with the one? I don't know. I would say that if they slept with a life-size cutout of Britney Spears and I must make room for her in bed, that's weird as hell, but I think it's better than having their childhood iguana in the freezer and their taxidermied cat at the end of the bed, or if they didn't shower or bathe, or if they secretly sucked on my toes at night. That's a lot weirder than Britney in the bed. I'd probably make jokes about Britney in the bed. I'd be like if open the cover and be like, "Oops, I did it again," or "She did it again," or like, I don't know, to be stupid. But Britney Spears. Oh, God bless Britney. Okay. Let's see. What? I'm gonna pick Britney. Yeah. Okay. See, I participated in the survey, you guys, and it's the survey I made. So you can do it too. Okay. All right. Let's pick somebody else for another reading. Who we got? Who we got? Coco, I see you. Okay, Coco. Hi, Maddie. Happy Friday. I've been here a few times. I haven't had a reading by you. It would be so appreciated if you are drawn to me. I am needing some guidance with my love life. Okay. Well, let's see what comes out. Coco, today's the day. Today's your day, Coco. All right, bear with me. So, Coco, if you want to let me know in the chat, did something recently happen? Are you looking for guidance on something specific or just in general with love? You know, are you, like, did something happen in a relationship? Are you partnered at all? We're going to see what comes out here, though. Okay, it's looking at so far right now, just if I'm intuitively, I'm going to, like, say you're not currently partnered. Like maybe loosely with somebody, like a situationship maybe, but like you're not, there's nothing like too official here that's coming out. Mhm. Mm. Yeah. 5-year situationship. I want to I want to make a motion to my head and um but I don't think that's allowed on YouTube and I don't want to set up any things, but oh my gosh, 5-year situationship, end me. Ah! Okay, so well, good for you for leaving. I bet that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Anyway, so right now you're in this state of isolation, not in a bad way, but you're kind of focusing on self. You're kind of focusing on the things that you want. You are oh, and you lived with him. Oh my gosh. Um you're going through a healing period. The Queen of Cups is here, so there's time. This time, how do I say? The Queen of Cups kind of just says it all. Look, bleeding heart into the chest. And I think it's so interesting how, what is it? It's like these mer people or whatever they are. One of them seems to be, one of them seems to be being manipulated or some way, not manipulated, but in some way affected by the other. So this one seems to be in control of this one. And then the queen is overseeing this, and she's got the red, she's got the the bleeding heart. So anyway, this is essentially saying to me, the Queen of Cups talks about healing, it talks about kindness, it talks about compassion, it talks about this regenerative um, healing energy. And you you don't have a problem doing this, Coco. I'm not getting here that you have any issue with being able to, you know, you know that you need to process something. You did finally make the chance, make the move to walk away from something that you were just you're just fed up. And you're very free. I get a very free spirited energy from you. There's new opportunities on the horizon. There's actually, oh wow. Oh, there's very good things coming for you, Coco, actually. So this is all very I'll get into that in just a second. But you are the conscious creator of your path and of your future. You're actually on very much on the right path. You're finally, it's like something clicked in you where you're like, you know what? I don't like this. I don't want this. I know what I want. I know what I need to do to get it. I just need to do it. And so you did it. And you started doing it. Or at least you started. So you finally started taking those steps. And they're the right steps. So let's see. Yeah, this is going to bring balance. That was very unbalanced. The situation you were in is very unbalanced, and you're in an attempt to bring balance back into your life. You walked away. You have a lot of determination here that just came out. Determination. You need to make sure you're not on go, 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 go. You're a person that is on go, go, go mode all the time. You need to take time to rest. You can't always be on go. You're not a robot. You got to take time to rest and to process the pain. I love it when the cards finish my sentences. Um, balance. You're seeking balance. You're determined. I don't know if you can even read that one. You can't see it. Huh? It's too bright. Anyway, this one says determined. Determination. Rest. So taking time to rest. That's in the Hermit card here. Rest is not just oh, I'm sleeping. No. Rest is like the Hermit card. Introspection, reflection, time to kind of isolate. It's isolation, but in a way that is nourishing and productive to the self. not in a way that's like I'm cutting off everyone around me because I'm so overwhelmed and I just can't deal and I'm gonna go like wallow. You know, that isolation's not healthy for us. The isolation that is healthy for us is when we choose to go inward, to reflect on things, to kind of reframe certain narratives, or kind of find the silver lining, find our determination and our will, right, to go to continue forward. And when we address our pain points and the things that have hurt us, so in order to cleanse them and to heal them. You are the magician here. This is something that almost just comes naturally for you, and it's because this was modeled to you. So this is something that you're you know what, when I was like in some of the stages of like me figuring out the ways that like the behavior that was modeled to me and my upbringing like may have affected me in a way to where I don't have the best, as I was saying earlier in the show, the best blueprint to handle certain things, and I had to relearn those things, you know. And that was kind of frustrating at first, you know, the initial point of figuring that out. You're like, well, why didn't anyone tell me that like, why didn't anyone make that clear? Like that should be made clear. Like and, you know, the frustration about that. It looks like, and I would always say, you know, oh, there's people out there that like it wasn't made clear to them and like they have no issue. They have no issue doing these things. You know, that doesn't mean you're never going to mess up and make a mistake. And that doesn't mean you're never going to get stuck in a 5-year situationship where you're living with the person and you finally get so fed up and you leave. That doesn't mean that's not going to happen. But what it does mean is that this comes easy to you because it was modeled to you. And if you just need to like call upon maybe a few things to kind of remind yourself, you do have that essentially the basic blueprint there. I do see what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. I do see a very telling story and a very beautiful story here. Ace of Pentacles is new opportunity. Where's that new opportunity lie? With a man, the Emperor here, divine masculine. This is also stability. So there's a new opportunity coming with stability, also with some sort of partnership with a divine masculine, that someone that represents that in your life. And what happens there? The Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is communication, collaboration, moving forward and out of the comfort zone in a collaborative effort with another person, making plans toward future goals. That's a partnership, okay? What happens on that path and journey? The Five of Wands. The Five of Wands and the Five of Swords are very similar. The Five of Swords talks about resentment and conflict with other people. Five of Wands talks about conflict within the self. So I say the Five of Wands is always an internal issue that you may be projecting outwardly. So on this path, the Two of Wands, making those plans outside, stepping outside of the comfort zone, what's that going to mean? You got to address some of those internal things that you may be projecting, that you may see like, oh, this is a pattern in my life, and I'm the common denominator. Maybe I need to look at something that I'm doing. Maybe I'm contributing to this in a way. Maybe this was never anyone else's. And I'm not saying everything. I'm just saying some things. You're going to realize something along this path. Maybe this was always my issue, and I just kind of haven't seen it that way until now. It looks like you figure it out though, because everything comes full circle. The world. And this is a sense of like belonging and a sense of appreciation. So I do see, I don't know if it's the very next person you meet, but I do see you on this path of meeting somebody that you're going to have this very profound experience with, and it leads to this Hierophant, which is the commitment, higher commitment, marriage, whatever it may be. And it's because it looks like you figure it out, and that's great. And that's how it happens sometimes. It's like, you know, we just kind of figure it out along the way. And then one day we're like, oh, look, I figured it out. And then there's new things to figure out from there. But like, I mean, there's a very clear story I see here. New opportunity with instability and with divine masculine or partnership. Your Emperor, essentially. The Two of Wands is, you know, moving forward in a collaborative way, addressing some internal blockages. Once you do it, everything comes full circle, and there's, you know, you've still got that partnership at the end of it all, right? This the Hierophant's got this Taurus symbol on his forehead here. Stability and what's it called? Determination again. You know, it's a very stoic, slow and steady, wins the race, loyal energy. So that's the person that is with you in this time. So that's great. I you know, congratulations in advance. I love that for you. I'm just gonna close the reading out with a couple charms. So you're on the, essentially, Coco, you're on the right path. And yeah, see, and the charms literally tell the same story. So look, as I was saying with the mummy before, wrap it up. It's a wrap. Time to wrap it up. And you did. You already did that. You already walked away, right? Because you need to listen to your heart. Stethoscope. There's a stethoscope here. Listen to your heart. It's what is going to guide you to your happiness. The sun also represents self. So your the most vitality, bright, happy, vibrant version of you, right? Happiness. And it's going to lead you to balance and to your forever person that I mean, it just clicks with it, works out with. And that doesn't mean you're never going to face issues or have any problems, but it does mean that you're going to have an actual partner through those issues instead of being, you know, told that's not my problem, or like, you know, we're not, you know, a situationship can be really like taxing, and it's like, okay, you know, you're finally going to find somebody who chooses you and who isn't like, you know, up in the air or iffy about it. I personally think that people, you know, if somebody doesn't want to choose, well, then you should remove yourself as an option and give them less to choose over, since they have such a hard time making a choice, you know? So just make that choice for them. And take it by taking that choice, by you as being a choice, away. And respect yourself. Because that's respecting yourself, okay? So anyway, that's all I have for you this evening. I hope it helped. You guys, let's see which piece of cringeworthy baggage we would be willing to overlook. Analyzing the results. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. Wait. You wouldn't believe it. There's 3 that tied. 3 ties. Okay, so the ties are between baby wipes instead of bathing and secret toe sucking. And then the other one, the other one was self-delete. Oh gosh, so dark. I'm sorry. Okay, so you guys tied between the baby wipes instead of showering or bathing, secret toe sucking, and self-deleting. Okay. All right. Well, it is what it is. And oh my gosh, it's so funny. I was the only one that picked Brittany. Really, guys? I'm the only... I can't. Okay, well. I greatly appreciate everybody joining us this evening. Happy Fluid Friday. Happy Friday Feuds. You know, send healing energy to Debbie. Please, please, please. And we are here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Pacific Standard Time at 6:30 p.m. So if I didn't get to you today, please come back on Monday or Wednesday or Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're always doing something new, something fun. We try to keep it interactive, and we try to keep it, fresh for everybody. So thank you so much again for your support. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a safe weekend, and I hopefully will see you on Monday evening. All right. Bye.